I'm honestly just still amazed at how well this thing focuses. Like, look at this. Look at that. Look at that quality. Holy shit. Look at some of this shit. Look at that. My god. That looks so good. You can see everything. I'm honestly, like, look at this pot of Vaseline right here. Look at that. Holy shit. You can see all the fucking, my fingers are like fucked. Look at that shit. Holy shit. God, this is a fucking webcam. Okay, it's a little bit bright. We're gonna sort that out now. Let me do that. I've been having some issues with the old camera as of late. As you can see here, it lights this side of my face. The other side is like not lit. So it's kind of a compromise. Do I want a really bright cheek, so this is alright, or do I want this to be really dark, so this is alright? See, if I go like this bit is lit pretty well, like that's fine, but like this bit's dark. I feel like this is better, because when I have a really bright face, it's incredibly distracting. I think we're better like this. I think this is, we're better off. This is fine. Well, this video is a piece of shit. Okay, so what's today's video? It's gonna be interesting for sure. So a little while ago, about a week ago, I put out a video asking for your fan theories, because I was gonna turn it into a series, like wish list. Only I realized after a few theories that this wasn't gonna work. So I thought instead I'll make this a one-off so your theories don't go to waste. We're gonna spend this video and we're just gonna go explore the comments. We're gonna see what we can find and have a good time. I'm not sure whether I'm excited or scared. Probably not scared. They're YouTube comments. They can't hurt me. Fuck off, you pussy. Anyway, let's get going. So here we are in the old video manager. So here we have the fan theories video. I'm gonna click on that and get into this. I'm not really ready. Okay, here we go. So here we are with the fan theories. We've got one here from Long-Eared Fox, and I reckon this is a good one. So we're gonna go into this one to start off the video on a positive. I've been biting the end of my tongue. It's all numb and it feels disgusting. Alright, so he said, the apple in Origins is the same apple in Solomon's Temple in Assassin's Creed 1. After Bayek's trilogy, he's an old man that's experienced with the apple and has carried the burden of it his whole life. A first civ, maybe Consus, or a good first civ, good in these, because Juno, not really good. Pretty bad. Tells him where to put the apple so it will be most secure. Knowing that Solomon's Temple will be lost in time and forgotten about for thousands of years, so Bayek brings the apple to the ancient Jerusalem and leaves the apple with the Ark of the Covenant. This bit would be really cool because you go through the path that Altair, Malik and Kadar went to get to the large room where the apple was kept. Bayek climbs up and leaves the apple there, as if to unintentionally pass on the burden of the apple to someone else, that person being Altair. It'd be a really nice way to link Bayek and Altair's stories together in the end, after all of Bayek's adventures. Lots of people have probably heard this theory already, but I came up with it originally. It's mine. I saw people stole it in videos and shit, and someone also put it on Reddit without crediting me, but it was originally me, just to clarify. Anyway, that's my theory, Kid and Fox. That's my favorite one, because it would just be so fucking cool, wouldn't it? Like, imagine playing as Bayek, and you walk through those gates of Jerusalem. You know? Was Jerusalem a city back then? I hope so. And, like, it'd be, like, this awesome, reminiscent thing, and you go into Solomon's Temple, you leave the apple with the Ark of the Covenant, and then everything goes full circle. From, you know, AC1 to Bayek. The Origins! I really love that theory though, and I think a lot of people love it as well. What else do we have here? We've got Untitled. This looks like it could be interesting. Untitled's reliable. Juno is, as we all know, looking for a body to inhabit to once more take on a physical form. but she's had plenty of chance to do it. The modern day character from Assassin's Creed 4, for example, so perhaps she's looking for a specific vessel. Well, that's true, I believe. It's like gotta be someone specific. That's like why she couldn't inhabit the dude from 4. I don't remember why. The lore of that's kind of a little bit lost on me. If I had to suggest an idea, I'd say Desmond. He died to stop the Cataclysm in 2012, which released Juno into the world. But how did she go from being a hologram in the temple to being a spectre in the Abstergo servers? She inhabits Desmond's corpse. Jesus, okay, where's this going? Knowing Abstergo would come along to pick him up, they then use the blood from his body to use within the Animus, and thus allowing part of Juno to enter the servers. But she needs a living vessel, and thus manipulates Abstergo into cloning bodies for her, one of which, I would imagine, is Desmond. Why Desmond in particular? I have the faintest idea. Perhaps due to him being the one who released her? Random plot devices to further the narrative for no apparent reason? Who knows? Just a disclaimer, I haven't played Syndicate to completion, and haven't looked up much on the lore regarding the modern day post Assassin's Creed 4, so if something's blatantly wrong either correct me or take the piss out of me. I mean, it's not about theory, I just think that's a bit silly. Imagine Juno being like, oh, I need to... you would have thought, right, she'd have a plan. Like, I'm pretty sure, because she's not a hologram in the Grand Temple. Like, that's Juno. Like, that's actually Juno. Because she's trapped in the pedestal, so I'm guessing that kept her alive. Whereas, like, Minerva and Jupiter died. So, Juno's still alive. She just needs a body because all it was her consciousness, and it was kind of, I guess it was a projection, but it was you know, whatever. She just kind of flew away. She was just like, whoa. I don't really know. Actually, that's a good point. How did she get into the servers? We may never know. She just sort of did it. I think First Civ can probably do that. Their consciousness is special. I don't know, actually. I just don't think she went into Desmond's blood. Although, that is one way of explaining off. More explanation than we've gotten from the actual game. So you know what? I'm kind of with you there, actually. What's the next one? Arnulfo Padilla. Okay, we're gonna stop. This is, mango. And I put ice in it. What if Senu is the Senu? Who the fuck is Senu? What if Senu is the same eagle from all the cinematic and all the AC games? I think this makes sense. Because since he's a fucking telepathic eagle, then Senu's female. That's offensive. Then why couldn't it be an eagle that lives forever? Lives forever. Oh no, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that. Oh. It was like I had this moment of, like, that's the stupidest idea, and then I realized they're gonna do it. Because Ashraf keeps saying, you know, you see all these eagles, like, you know, going around viewpoints. Like, how did they get there? It's gonna be like reincarnations of Senu or something. Shit, let's see what the replies are like to this. I bet they're hilarious. Damn. This is very interesting. So Bayek will say, so that's her. We are some sort Assassin's Creed. I get the joke. You're trying to incorporate the name of Assassin's Creed into the. It's a bit of a funny Jax Films meme. I get it. You did. That's not. That's not. You executed that. Yeah. No. Okay. What else we got? Let's see. I guess like some sort of Eagle of Eden. That'd be hilarious. I've never known of, like, just because you come from Eden would mean that you. Did they have eagles? I don't know. Maybe. That's interesting. So, like, you know what's weird, though, is that, so in the Assassin's Creed lore, humans have only been around for 70,000 years, right? Or 75,000, I don't know. They were made by the Isu, but it's strange, because that means that evolution on the Earth was exactly the same, except the Isu existed. Like, everything else was the same, but for some reason, the Isu existed like that. Surely they would have affected the world in a way that would negatively impact possible evolutionary chains of, like, life, right? Like, we have, so surely the Isu would have. They then created the humans, and for some reason, they still think we evolved from apes, though. That was Abstergo, though, wasn't it? Abstergo faked it to make it look like we evolved from apes, to throw people off the trail of the Isu. That's a thing in lore that I just remembered. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Maybe it was passed down to Selim's child, lol. Who the fuck is Selim? Here we got him from Aussie. This is gonna be Hopefully good. My theory is that because Senu can identify enemies through buildings, literal eagle vision, at some point in the game we can fly over with Senu and see Bayek and Aya then dies. This is why it won't work. This is specifically why it won't work. Because people have caught on to my humor that I like to make fun of silly ones, and people then force silly ones out, and so it becomes cancer. Should we just do a big old scroll and see what we can find? Let's go with this one from Hamza. I reckon this will be decent. Let's give this one a shot. At some point of her plan... Okay, that's already bad. At some point of her plan, Juno, after Desmond was brought back to life, or another decent present-day protagonist appears, manages to shut down any piece of technology on the top of the Earth. Since putting vehicles and other stuff like that would be quite disturbing for the purists. What? Leading to an Assassin's Creed game that would only be present day 1. The assassin you embody has to find the remaining pieces of Eden before Juno does. She would be looking for them to reshape reality to bring her lover back to life and rule over the world. But those pieces are also the only way to defeat Juno, so it would lead to the gamer to famous historical places and old known assassins' lairs such as Masyaf or Monteriggioni, and it would finally end with you fighting Juno in the grey, with the help of all the assassins that were met throughout the games. I think it would be the perfect way to end the series if it ever has an end. I think if you end a game like that, that's the moment your company dies. That's a terrible idea, Hamza. That's horrific. I mean, I like the whole idea about Juno sort of wiping out tech and stuff like that, so we're sort of quite primitive at this point as people. So I've made a video on this, and I think it'd be kind of like a post-apocalyptic type thing, but modern day with assassins. You go to all these historical places. It'd be really, really cool. And gaining all the pieces of Eden to stop Juno, be like a treasure hunt against time. But yeah, no, fighting Juno in the grey with all the assassins. That's not possible. That's just simply not possible. Like, it's just not possible. You're welcome. Theory: what if Belek had a son in Assassin's Creed Unity, and after many years his mother died and sent him to be raised and trained by the most royal apprentice of Belek, Arno Victor Dorian? We would play as Belek's son, if my theory is correct, and after years Belek's son finds out what happened to his father. How that sounds? I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It's more of a fan idea than it is a theory, because you're not really using any current lore to produce a theory. It's kind of just, this would be a cool idea. That's not a theory. You gotta remember, right, as well, when I'm doing wish list, I have to sift through comments like this. Yep, okay. Okay, Jamie. Okay. Dark Souls combat is legendary. Assassin's Creed games sucks. Dark Souls has better combat than those mediocre games. Fair enough. Oh, we got one from Ouija-kun here. Okay. Oh, this is going to be really bad. This is going to be really bad. This is going to be really bad because it's going to be an attempt at humor. Okay. And when everyone in the comments, look, trust me, when you comment, like, no matter how funny you are, comments always come across unfunny. Always. I don't think there's ever been a time where a comment is genuinely funny. Like 99% of the time, comments are always not funny because comments just come across so shit. I don't know why. So basically, Bayek will be kidnapped in the beginning of the game. Then he escapes and makes a brotherhood. Is it a brotherhood? Apparently not, because brotherhood, it's like called a brotherhood, but like it's not. That's why he's done in which he'll use to go after the once who kidnapped him. When he finally finds out who the main guy behind his kidnap is, he goes to a temple in the Macarena. Africa, okay.
So Macarena, Africa.
And then there'll be an awesome beast fight. Just before Bayek can kill him, he glitches out of the room, flies up in the air, and dies. After that, Desmond goes to the same temple and finds nothing and jumps off of a building because he hates his life. I hate my life now. Can we find another good one? Come on. This one looks like it might be alright. Let's go to this one. Alright, Shadow Eagle. I'm counting on you. Let's go. As a Medjay, Bayek could have been sent to protect Ptolemy the 12th after several attempts were made on his life. However, for whatever reason, Bayek fails at protecting him, thus Ptolemy dies, which connects with that of the Order of the Ancients, said in the Master of the Conspiracy trailer. Do you remember his last smile? After which, Bayek goes through a dark period of his life, made worse by the events that occurred in SeaWorld where Bayek is captured. He is beaten up, interrogated, etc. by the Order of the Ancients. After being abandoned by the Order, Bayek somehow comes into contact with an Isu, possibly Osiris, who guides him to Seneferu's Bent Pyramid, where he uncovers a message left by Darius. After this, Bayek begins his hunt to hunt down the Order. That's pretty fucking good. I like that one a lot. Although I do think the do you remember his last smile thing could be about Bayek's son. I reckon Bayek had like a child, and I feel like the Order like slit his throat or something. Like, I legit feel it's gonna be like super dark. Like, you're gonna hate these people. Like, I reckon they killed your kid.
That's a dead kid.
I reckon that's what happened. Oh, that'll be evil. Oh, that'd be such a good plot point though. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Could you imagine that? Because like, cause you'd be with Bayek, they'd kill your fucking kid, Bayek would be fucking devastated, you'd be like, right, we are gonna hunt these people down, and all the way through the game, that is what is pushing you as the player, because you've got this connection to Bayek, and like, you just want to take these guys down, because fuck these cunts that killed your son. Like, oh, that'd be so good. Oh god, that'd be amazing. Please do that. Senu is secretly the Rooks. Okay, I shouldn't have read that. I don't know why I read that. Assassin's Creed Outlaw, Cowboy Old Western, Boot Hidden Blade. Google it. Okay. Give me a minute. Oh. No, you're right. I don't want to make this video too long, but there might be a really good one that I don't want to accidentally skip out on. Okay, this isn't so much of a theory, just wanting to know your general thoughts, but I see Origins being as being a project that has a lot of factual historical knowledge as well as made up history/lore to fill in the blanks for history. Do you think we'll ever have an Assassin's Creed game that predates recorded/documented history and instead dwells more on myths, legends, theories, conspiracies, for instance, Atlantis, Eden, ancient astronaut theory, the Antarctica cover-up, pyramids in Antarctica, pyramids found all over the earth, Annika Island, aka Isu, etc. I think we could see bits, but I don't think they'll ever set an entire game there, because then it becomes more fantasy than what Assassin's Creed is, in which it's sort of it's an RPG action game, open world game set in historical periods, and if we don't know anything about the period, then it is just fiction. So there's not that factual layer there. But I do think there could be like things where, you know, you either have memory seals or you have special things like whatever, and you get these special memories set in Eden. I think that'd be cool. Not necessarily just in Eden, but just in the Isu period, but I think Eden would be the best place, otherwise what's the point in visiting the Isu period? So that'd be interesting to see. Also, I need to ask, why is everyone in Eden white when Eden's like supposedly in like Kilimanjaro area of Africa? Why are they all white? Maybe it's because the Earth worked differently 70,000 years ago. So there was more white people in Africa. Plus, this was before the poles like flipped because of the geomagnetic thing that destroyed the Isu. So maybe after that something happened with the sun and the planetary stuff that just made black people in Africa. Maybe before that it was, you know, that was white people were in Africa. Is there lore behind that? I don't know. Although I do think we could go to Eden at some point within the game as sort of like special memory missions that'd be interesting. Do we have anything else? I don't know. I can't really find any other ones. They're all just sort of, you know, they're all just sort of here, aren't they? Okay. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm honestly just still amazed at how well this thing focuses. Like, look at this. Look at that quality. Holy shit. Look at some of this shit. Look at that. My god. That looks so good. You can see everything. I'm honestly, like, look at this pot of Vaseline right here. Look at that. Holy shit. You can see all the fucking, my fingers are like fucked. Look at that shit. Holy shit. God, this is a fucking webcam. Okay, it's a little bit bright. We're gonna sort that out now. Let me do that. I've been having some issues with the old camera as of late. As you can see here, it lights this side of my face. The other side is like not lit. So it's kind of a compromise. Do I want a really bright cheek, so this is alright, or do I want this to be really dark, so this is alright? See, if I go